Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Bundesliga club prepare loan deal for Arsenal veteran. Bayer Leverkusen are reportedly preparing to try their luck with a loan deal for Arsenal veteran Granit Xhaka. Xhaka come close to leaving the North London side for Roma last season, as reported by Di Marzio, when Jose Mourinho has made his first target after being appointed as the new manager of Roma. However, a fee was never agreed upon with the Italian side, and the fearless Swiss international remained at the club, signing a new 3-year contract. The veteran joined the Gunners in 2016 from the German side Borussia Mönchengladbach for a healthy fee of £40 million, making 250 appearances in all competitions. It looks like things are heating up again this window for the Gunners veteran to make his exit, with reporter Ekrem Connor tweeting that Bayer Leverkusen are preparing a loan bid with a permanent transfer option. It appears that Mikel Arteta may already be preparing for the heavily relied upon midfielder's exit, with reports surfacing that Arsenal are reportedly working on a deal to sign Leicester City's Youri Tielemans as per The Sun, and Lazio's Sergei Milinkovic-Savic as per Corriere dello Sport. Arsenal annoyed by Fiorentina's Torreira bid. Arsenal have been left so annoyed by the latest offer from Fiorentina for Lucas Torreira that the Gunners have decided to not even respond to the bid. According to a report from Fiorentina.it, offloading Torreira has proved to be a lot more complicated than Arsenal may have anticipated. The Uruguayan was a regular fixture for Aviola this past season. Reports earlier in the campaign suggested that it was almost a formality for Fiorentina to sign Torreira permanently. However, as the summer loomed, the situation started to change. Fiorentina reportedly decided to not trigger the option to sign the midfielder for £12.8 million. Instead, they want to pay considerably less for the 26-year-old. In fact, reports claimed Arsenal were about to receive a £6 million bid for Torreira. That offer is in, it seems, and it would appear that it did not go down at all well in North London. Fiorentina.it reports the bid really annoyed the Arsenal hierarchy, and the Gunners have now decided to not even respond to the offer. It suggested that the relationship between the two clubs started to deteriorate after the January transfer window. Arsenal hoped to sign Dusan Vlahovic, but they ultimately missed out. Torreira should be furious with Fiorentina. He was arguably one of their best players this past season, and the fans want the midfielder to stay in Florence. So, the offer is somewhat insulting. Admittedly, he only has 1 year left on his contract, but players with 12 months left on their deal will move for considerably more this summer. Torreira has the ability to be an incredible player, so Arsenal should demand more. Bolasie in disbelief as Romano shares fee Arsenal will get for Guendouzi. Yannick Bolasie has expressed his disbelief on Twitter after Fabrizio Romano suggested that Marseille could pay a little as £8.5 million as a fee to sign Matteo Guendouzi from Arsenal this summer. Guendouzi's departure has been on the cards for a long time. Of course, he seemed to fall out with Mikel Arteta towards the end of the 2019-20 season. He spent last season on loan at Hertha Berlin, and he then returned to France last year, joining Marseille on a loan deal that including an option to buy. The 23-year-old has been an exceptional success at Stade Velodrome, so it's no surprise that he appears to be on the verge of signing a permanent deal with the League One side. According to Romano, the agreement is in place and Arsenal will receive up to £9.4 million for Guendouzi. He previously confirmed that the midfielder was set to sign a 3-year deal with Marseille. The writing has been on the wall for some time for Guendouzi at Arsenal. However, Bolasie responded to Romano's tweet by expressing how baffled he was to see him leave for so little. He certainly believes that Arsenal should have set their sights on receiving a lot more. Arsenal will argue that they did not have a huge amount of choice when it came to Guendouzi. The France international's deal at the Emirates expires in 2023. Had his move at Marseille not worked out, Arsenal could expect to receive barely anything. It's best for everyone that Guendouzi looks set to leave permanently. Arsenal may rue the fee in the years to come. Bolasie certainly thinks they will, but they may currently feel that they have landed a reasonable fee for a player who seemed to have no chance of forcing his way back into Arteta's plans. Guendouzi vows to persuade defender to leave Arsenal. Matteo Guendouzi says he will try to convince William Saliba to leave Arsenal and join Marseille on a permanent basis. Saliba made a loan switch from the Gunners to France last August and played a starring role for the League One side, while Guendouzi also found success away from the Emirates Stadium. The 21-year-old centre-back made 52 appearances as Marseille finished second in the Ligue French top flight and reached the Europa Conference League semi-finals. Guendouzi, who also joined Marseille on loan from Arsenal last year and looks set to sign a permanent deal, has vowed to persuade his fellow France international to stay at the Stade Velodrome. He told Telefoot, "William Saliba has Olympique Marseille now in his heart, and I'm sure he will return to Marseille next season, so I will try to push him again to stay with us." Earlier this week, however, Saliba insisted he would return to Arsenal and fight for his place in Mikel Arteta's team next season. "I belong to Arsenal, and I still have 2 years left there. I will be there for pre-season with Arsenal," the centre-back said. "I have played 0 matches with Arsenal, and I want to show them what I'm made of and have the chance to play for the supporters and for this big club. That depends only on me. In any case, leaving Arsenal like that would be a shame." Arsenal may now have missed out on Gianluca Scamacca. Arsenal could be in for yet more misery in their search for a new striker, with AC Milan preparing to strike for Gianluca Scamacca. According to reports in Italy from Gazzetta dello Sport, Milan are eyeing up a move for Scamacca to complement to the addition of Liverpool forward Divock Origi. The Italian champions are looking to build on last season's success and add more firepower to their ranks. In Origi, they know they are getting a player who will be determined to prove his worth as a first-team regular. However, Milan are also well aware of what Scamacca can bring to the table. Of course, Arsenal have been linked with Italian forward, albeit there are rumors that some of the Gunners' coaching staff hold doubts over the Sassuolo ace. Regardless of how serious Arsenal's interest in Milan's emergence as a potential destination means it's yet another blow for the Gunners. Their hopes of signing Gabriel Jesus seem to have gone backwards in the last few weeks, while in January they were pipped to Dusan Vlahovic by Juventus. Sassuolo are thought to be wanting around £43 million for Scamacca. Gazzetta suggests Milan will come in with an opening offer just below that mark. Something just doesn't sit quite right when it comes to Arsenal and Scamacca. The striker doesn't quite seem to fit the mold of what Mikel Arteta wants, and with that, the Gunners might be best walking away. Now, with Milan interested and Italian players often being keen to stay in the country with the biggest club if they can, it might be the final warning Arsenal need to walk away. The Gunners need to pursue Gabriel Jesus, in all honesty. He's perfect for them and fits so much better than Scamacca. Arsenal bid £51 million for Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. Arsenal made an opening bid of around £51.2 million for Victor Osimhen, with El Mattino reporting that Napoli immediately rejected the offer as they hold out for nearly double that amount. Osimhen is one of the strikers Arsenal have on their radar this summer. Of course, they are not the only ones. He has been a consistent goal scorer in the last 4 seasons, reaching double figures in Belgium, France, and now Italy. Osimhen ended this past campaign with 18 goals in all competitions. Understandably, Napoli have no intention of letting him leave on the cheap. The Serie A side will not consider anything less than £85 million for the 23-year-old. El Mattino reports that Napoli will not even enter into talks for an amount smaller than that, and that's why Arsenal received a swift answer when they spoke of a £51 million bid. It's encouraging that Arsenal have made a bid for Osimhen. They most definitely need to sign at least one new striker in this window, but supporters may also feel a sense of frustration. It has been clear for some time that Osimhen will command a huge fee, so putting £51 million on the table, even as a starting figure, seems somewhat disingenuous. Osimhen has been labelled a phenomenal player, so he would certainly have the potential to be an exceptional signing if the Gunners could find a way to bring him to the Emirates. However, Arsenal are going to have to increase their bid significantly in the coming weeks if they hope to strike a deal with those inside Stadio Diego Armando Maradona. Arsenal to battle in Newcastle for Serie A star. Arsenal are reportedly interested in splashing the cash on a deal for Lazio midfielder Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Arsenal will be looking to improve their Europa League spot next season and get back to title competing form, or at the very least break into the top 4. Mikel Arteta has his work cut out if he wishes to compete with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool next season, and the North London club will need to make improvement in multiple areas of the squad. According to the Mirror, Gunners veteran Granit Xhaka has been linked to a move to Bundesliga club Bayer Leverkusen, and Arteta will therefore be looking for a strong replacement. Reports from Italian outlet Corriere dello Sport suggest Arteta has set his sight on Lazio's 27-year-old midfielder Milinkovic-Savic. It's also said that Arteta will be willing to pay in excess of £42 million in order to bring the Serbia international to the Emirates. However, Newcastle, who now have some of the wealthiest owners in the world, are also seeking the signature of the Serie A star, and the Gunners fear the Magpies could trump any bid made. That said, the Serbian may be keener to join Europa League qualifiers Arsenal than 11th place Newcastle, who are still some way from putting together a squad capable of competing with the established Big Six in the Premier League. During his 7 seasons at the Italian side Lazio, Milinkovic-Savic has featured in 294 matches across all competitions and has directly contributed to 109 goals. Real Madrid now expect Arsenal target Marco Asensio to leave. Real Madrid now expect Arsenal target Marco Asensio to leave this summer and hope to make around £43 million from the winger, according to a report from Sport. Asensio is heading into a crucial period of his career at the Bernabeu. His contract with Los Blancos expires at the end of next season, and he's yet to agree an extension. In fact, Sport reports that an offer has been on the table since March. Real wanted to keep the 26-year-old on the £131,000 a week terms he currently has. However, he has better offers from elsewhere, and with that, the Champions League winners are now starting to think Asensio is going to leave this summer. They hope to receive around £43 million for the forward. The news will certainly alert Arsenal. Reports this weekend claimed that the Gunners had made contact with his agent about a possible move to the Emirates. Sport also lists Arsenal so admires, so they will surely take encouragement from Real's stance. It seems that they are becoming resigned to the idea of selling him in this window. It would be an amazing piece of business if Arsenal could sign Asensio. He is a world-class player with over 230 appearances for Real under his belt. He scored 12 goals in all competitions this past season. Much may depend on who Arsenal move on this summer. Charles Watts hinted that the Gunners targeting Rafinha may hinge on whether they manage to sell Nicolas Pepe. Asensio is more versatile than Rafinha, but they are at their best in a similar position, so offloading Pepe may just be as critical if they are going to step up their interest in Asensio. For some fans, Real's resignation to losing him presents an opportunity that seems too good for Arsenal to turn away from. Arsenal convinced they can complete signing Youri Tielemans. Arsenal have been in contact with Youri Tielemans' entourage for more than a month, reports Monday's edition of HLN. According to the brief report, some of those in charge at the London club are convinced they can complete a deal fairly quickly after the end of the current international break. That's if the signing is considered necessary by the Gunners, which would suggest they have more than option ready to go for. Tielemans has a year left on his contract with Leicester City, which puts the Foxes under some pressure regarding his future. Without a renewal or a transfer this summer, the possibility of a free transfer a year from now appears on the horizon. Arsenal are ready to strike for the deal and want to make sure they do so at the right time. Over at Leicester City, it's said they could use funds gained for their own business and to help ease finances. HLN report the Foxes haven't yet put an asking price on the midfielder, although it stated the club are hoping for a fee in excess of €35 million. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.